Released in 1955, The Tall Men is a Western film directed by Raoul Walsh, starring Clark Gable, Jane Russell, and Robert Ryan. While the film appears to be a typical Western movie, it portrays several themes and issues that can be analyzed from a feminist perspective. One of the significant themes in the movie is the portrayal of women's roles and their treatment in society. The film follows the story of a cattle drive led by Ben and Clint Allison, two brothers who have just been released from prison. Along the way, they meet a beautiful but strong-willed woman named Nella Turner, who hires them to drive her cattle to Montana. The men initially view Nella as a nuisance and try to ignore her, but as the journey progresses, they start to respect her and work together to overcome challenges. From a feminist perspective, Nella's character can be seen as a symbol of women's independence and strength. She owns a large cattle ranch and can handle a gun as well as any man. She stands up for herself and refuses to be treated as an object by the male characters in the film. However, the film also reinforces patriarchal values, as Nella's ultimate goal is to find a husband and settle down. Moreover, her strength and independence are still portrayed as threatening to the male characters, and they attempt to control her and put her in her place throughout the movie. Another significant theme in the film is the portrayal of male aggression and violence. The Allison brothers are ex-convicts who use violence to solve problems and impose their will on others. This behavior is contrasted with Nella's more peaceful and cooperative approach. The film seems to suggest that masculine aggression is necessary for survival in the harsh Western environment, but it also recognizes the need for balance between male and female approaches to problem solving. Additionally, the film's portrayal of Mexicans, and to a lesser extent, Native Americans, is problematic from a feminist perspective. The Mexican characters in the film are portrayed as somewhat primitive and uncivilized, and the white characters are shown as superior. Moreover, the minority women in the film are sexualized and portrayed as objects of desire for the male characters. The film also reinforces the binary opposition between masculinity and femininity, and associates them with different spaces and values. The men are active, adventurous, rational, and heroic, while Nella is passive, domestic, emotional, and vulnerable. The men belong to the public sphere of work, violence, and competition, while Nella belongs to the private sphere of home, love, and family. The film also suggests that Nella's presence disrupts the homosocial bond between the men, and introduces sexual tension and jealousy that threaten their solidarity and mission. In conclusion, while The Tall Men can be seen as a progressive film in terms of its portrayal of women's strength and independence, it also reinforces patriarchal values and problematic representations of Native Americans. From a feminist perspective, the film can be analyzed as a reflection of the gender and power dynamics of its time, highlighting the need for more nuanced and intersectional representations of women and minorities in media.